47 views.
Welcome to No Scripts Required. No Scripts Required. A podcast with real conversations, zero rehearsals, and absolutely no scripts. And now, here are your hosts.
I don't know why when we take these extended break, extra time off, it seems like we're trying to rediscover how to use this studio again. Either that, or it's because they've made a bunch of changes to it. I don't know.
I don't know. It says we're live, and it never even played the intro.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, it did.
It sure did.
For me, it said the browser refused to play it.
Oh, really? Well, maybe your browser doesn't like this. I don't know what's going on there, but hey, what the hell was that? What the fuck I'm doing here? Welcome, everybody. No Scripts Required. This is July 11th, 2025. Dustin, Jesse, and myself. Mike, we're back. Jim is in warm Florida because it's fucking hot as hell here.
Warmer here than is there.
Oh, it's nasty there. My nephew just moved up here from Florida, and he told me he's like it's like 100 degrees plus down there. It's been raining. It's just been nasty. So he's like, I'm glad to be up here where it's only 95 and it's not so whatever it was. And I'm like, oh, so So Jim's down in Florida. I don't know. He said he might try to join, or he might try to at least mess it to. Listen in or whatever, but I don't expect him to. He's on vacation. He has said he is going to try to record some videos while he's down there, and then we'll be able to air them next week. When I don't know if he's back next Friday or if he's not back till Saturday.
I'm gone next Friday.
You're out next Friday?
Yeah, I've got the incarceration.
That's right. That's
next
right.
weekend.
Which is fine. And Jesse's cat will be back next week, so that's fine.
He's always here.
Well, if Dustin and Jim are not here, Jesse and I'll just do a show together. we can handle this. I don't want to skip another.
I don't know. I mean, I could see if maybe I can. I mean, right about now.
The Funk Soul Brunch right about now.
I don't know. I'd have to take a look, but we'll see who. I don't know who's going to be on stage, but maybe I could try and
do a live something.
Try and. Do something. It'll be from my phone, but God only knows what the reception's going to be like there.
Yeah, if you have the app, the studio app we use, you could actually broadcast live from there. You could join in. You can actually join in from there, and we could probably hear everything that's going on in the background. You could just kind of join us. That's up to you. Jim said he knows how. He figured it out. It'll work, but I don't expect. I don't expect Jim to join, and I don't expect you to do that either if you're there. But whatever. I don't know if he'll be back, but if he's not, that's not a big deal. We can.
I didn't even know there was an app.
Yeah. Look up StreamYard.
There's an app for everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Rev has his own app. I think if not, we should make one. We should make one for Rev, 24/7 or Rev. But all right. So we took last week off because it was Independence Day, 4th of July weekend. So we decided, you know what, we could have done a show, but I didn't do anything really. I just was. I mean, we had our final baseball game was that morning. So our baseball season is finally over. Rev app food review 24/7. I think that would be. That'd be fantastic. So we had a baseball tournament last weekend, so we decided to just take the week off. And we could have done a show probably, but I really after our last show, the three of us did. We were so out of it. That was like we were all like, I don't know, we were all like freaking like doped up or something. It was like no energy. We were just really out of it, which was So if you want to skip a week episode, that would have been the one to skip, the one from June 27th. But anyway, tonight we have really just a lot. We have a lot of subjects to talk about because we're going back to 2005, so 20 years ago. And I was looking through this year, and there's a lot of stuff that happened. A lot of stuff debuted that's was pretty popular over the last 20 years. There's some companies that actually started, or this is when they started to really get noticed. ironically, one of the platforms we stream on, YouTube. This was the year they were founded and created. Rev actually did a bunch of food reviews. I think we have 6 or 7 of those. I think, and then there's one other video of him just driving, and he was talking about something that happened. But I think there's 6 food reviews from Rev. And of course, I know, much to Dustin's chagrin, we were able to. I had an issue with my media server deciding to not work. It was down for a little over a day, but I was able to get it back up. So he had to watch the latest episode of Firefly.
Latest episode.
Yeah, that was some bullshit.
Yeah, it was. Well, he's talking about the fact that I got it working, so he had to watch it. So yeah, that was just I was so freaking annoyed with that. I had to umpire last night, and then I was screwing around with that server like all day trying to figure out what the problem was, and I finally found an article on their website that actually made some sounded like the problem I was having after reading through I don't know how many threads and how many different posts about issues, and I found one that was almost exactly the issue that I was having, and it was something that happened. Somebody had the issue about a year ago, and I found this tool, and what it ended up being was I guess the database was starting to be corrupt, or it was maybe when we lost power or something got messed up in the database. So I ran this tool, and it literally I kicked it off probably around, I don't know, around 1:00 yesterday, and I let it run. I checked it before I left for softball. I had 4 games to ump. I left around 6 to go up there. And then I came home and I checked it, and it was still running. I said, well, all right. So I let it run overnight, and we'll see. And if that's not the issue, or if it still hasn't finished, then I'm just going to possibly just say screw it. And I have another PC ready to go, and got up this morning and I logged in and I checked it, and it was done. And I said, I saw that it had fixed a bunch of things, and I was like, okay, so let's start the server. And I started it, and I logged in, and it was almost instantly loaded. I'm like, okay, so the database was the problem. I don't know if you noticed it loading faster or anything, and you tried to log into it or not, but I noticed a huge difference when I logged in.
I don't know. Anytime Firefly loads, it's too quick.
I was talking about the server itself, not Firefly. But so anyway, I got it working this morning. I noticed it was working, so I think a lot of people were happy, because there were some people that were little upset that they couldn't log in and watch what they wanted to watch or whatever. But it's up and running again, thankfully, and Dustin was very thrilled that he could watch Firefly.
Yes, it was actually the perfect way to cap off my week.
What did you do? You said you were out of town. I know that.
Yeah, I was up in Ontario all this week. I was up in the Great White North.
Okay.
Yeah, but I had to pick up one of the manufacturers that I represent. Is a hydraulics company, and I had to pick up the national sales manager, or the regional sales manager in Detroit. So he's from south of Chicago, and he was flying into Detroit, and I was going to pick him up. We had to go up. We had some meetings in London, Ontario, which is
literally right across
on the Detroit side over there.
Yeah.
And then we had some meetings up by Toronto. So he calls me, and he was like, yeah, no, my flight should be getting in 1:15 on Tuesday. But he was telling me, he's like, man, I hope this trip goes well. It's been an absolute shit weekend. He had taken his family up, and they were going to go do some off-roading with their side-by-sides and four-wheelers. And he said they got up to his camp, and his son grenaded the transmission on one of the side-by-sides as soon as they tried to go for their first ride. All right, so there's one side-by-side down. They go back, get the four-wheeler. He gets about 10 miles into a ride and blows the spark plug straight out of the motor. So they end up getting it fixed, but they have to tow it back. They get it fixed. They go out. Something else happens, and now it's not repairable at the camp. So now they're down a side-by-side. They're down a four-wheeler. And like he was just like, anything that could go wrong did go wrong. They ended up scrapping the weekend, threw everything back on their trailers. They started to leave to go home. About 5 miles down the road, his son calls him, blows a tire out on his trailer.
Jesus.
So he goes, helps his son because he has a spare for the trailer. They change the tire. He gets all the way home, which, mind you, this is like a few-hour drive. He gets all the way home. His son calls again, and he's about 20 miles from his house, which is almost 2 hours away. Blew the other tire. So he ends up having to drive 2 hours out, change the tire to whatever spare he had, because now he doesn't actually have the right spare. So they have to limp the thing home. Then he's calling me. I'm just outside of Detroit, and he's like, flight got delayed. I'm like, all right, no problem. I mean, I'm already up here. I'm just going to, find somewhere to sit down, grab some coffee. I'll do some work. He ends up finally getting in like 3 hours late. Not the worst delay, but
no.
3 hours. So now instead of crossing the border and being at our hotel at like 5 o'clock, now we're trying to cross the border at 5 o'clock into Canada.
Oh.
So we get to customs, give them the passports. Well, okay, well, what are you guys coming to Canada for? Business, got some sales meetings. And this guy's, you could tell us, do you have invitations? Like, what? I have a Teams meeting invite from one of them. like, what the hell are you talking about? Do we have invitations? So, okay, well, where are you going? He wants to know the names of the companies that we're going to see.
All
when
right.
when we're supposed to be at which ones, how long we're going to be there. Some of it's the normal stuff. And then he's like, all right, hold on 1 second, and shuts the window. We're like, oh, shit. As soon as he shut the window, all right, so you're going to have to pull over into this building. And I'm like, whatever, they're going to search the car, no big deal. I literally, knowing I was crossing the border, I took out everything out of my car except like the essential stuff I needed for this trip.
Right.
So we go in there, and now there's 3 customs officers searching the car, asking us all the same questions. Now we have to go into the building for processing, and they're doing background checks. They're asking the same questions again. We ended up we didn't get to the hotel until like 8, 9 o'clock. All we wanted to do was go find somewhere to get something to eat, grab a couple of beers.
Yeah.
And then, of course, as soon as we sit down, there's a couple of Canadian guys sitting at the bar with us. And they immediately just start, oh, you guys are from America, eh? And it was funny because you would think, out of all of the things that you would think Canadians have to be pissed off about with America right now,
yeah.
What do you think every person, and I'm talking the entire week I was there, every person that bitched even a little bit about America, guess what's the one thing they always bitched about?
Whiskey?
No, the comment about being the 51st state.
Oh.
That's what pissed them off. Not the tariffs. Yeah, some of them were like, it'd be nice to get some bourbon up here. But, like, I'm sure that there's plenty of people that were pissed about the tariffs, but nobody mentioned it. All they mentioned was he serious about that 51st state thing? That pissed them off.
Well, they'd be better off, but...
Oh, that's neither here nor there. But I just found it funny. Out of all of the things that have gone down over the past 6 months with Canada, the one thing that literally every Canadian mentioned, every interaction I had all week long, that was the one thing that was mentioned in every single conversation. was they were like that pissed them off. That got them riled up. But they almost didn't even care. Charge us whatever the hell you want. We'll ship shit. We don't care. What? We're the 51st state? Who the fuck do you think?
What do you mean? What do you, I think they're mad because they'd have to call their bacon ham again.
Yeah.
It's because it's not really bacon. It's ham.
No, it's not.
Canadian bacon is ham. It's not bacon. Not that bacon.
Then just to add on, then for the rest of the trip, like some of the meetings were okay. Not like nothing went super smooth all week. Like we needed some technical drawings and we got them like last second and just didn't have the all of the information that we needed. And so it was just kind of like some rough sales meetings. And then we're driving back and he was going to fly out of Buffalo because we finished in Toronto.
Okay.
It starts downpouring so hard, like I can barely see the highway. We're trying to get back to Buffalo. We're like, okay, well maybe I even looked at him. I'm like, maybe this rain is washing away all the bad juju. Like we got to get across we still got to cross into America. And I mean, if we had this much trouble crossing into Canada,
right.
I'm assuming we're going to have a shit ton of problems trying to get back into the U.S. My coworker who had met us up because it's one of the companies we were meeting. We've been working together because they have a location in Kentucky that he covers, and their headquarters is in Canada where I cover. He calls me and I had to stop and get gas, so he was about 10, 15 minutes ahead of us. And he's like, I've been sitting here on the whatever they call it, what is that, the Freedom Bridge or whatever, going into America.
Yeah, I think the one.
He's like, I've been sitting here in line at customs, and I've been here for 20 minutes and have not moved an inch. And I'm like, oh great, this is gonna suck. Well, I come up over the bridge. I see him in line. So I go to the complete opposite side. He's far left. I go far right. 5 minutes. I'm completely through the line. I hand the lady at the customs, I hand them our passports. She's like, oh, okay, what were you doing in Canada? I had some sales calls. You bringing anything back? I literally picked up like the Diet Pepsi that I had. I'm like, Diet Pepsi. That's the only thing I'm bringing back from Canada that we didn't bring in. She hands them back. All right, have a nice day. Cruise right through. I drop off the sales manager at the Buffalo airport, get all the way back to Cleveland, and he starts texting because his flight wasn't until like 6. Flight's delayed. Storms in Chicago. I think the last time I got a text from him was around 10:30 last night, and he's like, they're saying that they're planning on being wheels up at 1:30 in the morning.
Oh, good Lord.
Damn.
Well, and then he was all pissed off because he's like, I'm going to get a beer because it's literally the only thing open. Like, I can't get food because all the restaurants are closed. I can't even like try to DoorDash food up here because TSA's closed, so I can't even go outside to get it.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and then he texted us. I want to say it was maybe like 7:30, 7:45 this morning. He had finally gotten home.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
And I'm just like, dude, okay, that rain did not wash away the juju. There's still so much bad juju.
Blame Canada.
I'm like, man, please don't ask to go back to Canada anytime soon.
No.
I don't want to go. Or I'll go by myself. I'm not going anywhere with this guy anytime soon.
That's the returning, you said coming back into the US, how simple it was. That was the same when we came back from Greece. It was, we went through the customs and it was like, she just asked us like 3 questions. Like, are you bringing anything? Did you buy anything over $10,000? No. Did you bring any food? No. Okay. You're through.
Yeah. I mean, going into Canada, they're like, whose car is this? Mine. Where's it registered? Ohio. I mean, like the questions were ridiculous, and then coming back, man, it was nothing. And it was funny because we were talking to some guys at the hydraulics company is headquartered out in California, Southern California, and they've got a big customer down in Mexico, and they're like going into Mexico. They don't care. You could be bringing an entire car of drugs. They don't care. You're going into Mexico. Coming out of Mexico, he said, he was like, they had one of the guys, it sucked for him because one of the guys had like, the global entry, like they can go through the Nexus line. Like usually you're through those in 5-10 minutes, you're done. One of the guys didn't. So they had to go through like the commoners area. They were stuck at I think it was Tijuana. He said they were coming back through crossing the borders. It took them 6 hours.
Oh God.
And it wasn't because like they got searched, they got stopped. It was just, it took like he was stuck in line and it just took over 6 hours to get through the U.S. border coming from Mexico.
No, yeah. I have no reason to go either.
I have zero interest in going to Mexico.
Nope, I have no interest to go to Mexico.
No,
I have no interest. I have no interest to go to Canada right now either. I've been there. It's like being in Ohio. I mean, it's really.
Actually, I mean, the one thing I'll give it, everybody, even though everyone was pissed off about the 51st state thing, everybody up there, it really is super nice.
Oh yeah, they are nice.
I mean, we went to the bar and we were trying to figure out dinner. I mean, they're like, "Oh no, get the beef dip sandwich, get this," and I mean, everything was excellent. They ended up buying like the guy at the bar bought us a couple of beers, and I mean, everybody was super nice. Everybody just wanted to have a conversation. More people were like, "So, what do you guys think about everything that's going on?" Like,
yeah, that's the thing is when we were in Greece, that was the first question one of the first questions that we were at Easter for my cousins. Her husband, he asked me flat. He's like, "So what do you think about Trump, that thing?" And then we talked about it, and then we were somewhere else, and somebody else asked the exact same question, like, "What do you?" Oh, it was one of the taxi drivers, and and we in there, and it's like, yeah, they're curious, they want to know, and it's so funny because over there in Greece, they're like, we like him. They're like, yeah, we're happy that he's back in because it's better for us, and stuff like that. So they give their reasons why, and it makes sense. It's like,
yeah, everybody, and that's the thing is like everybody up in Canada was like. They understood the tariff stuff. They're like, we understood it. Like the way that it was laid out and the way that it rolled out was kind of stupid, but we understand.
Right.
And it was like the stuff that they did. Like they're like, we've always had such a great relationship with America. We're like the little brother. Like, yeah, you're our biggest trade partner. Like, okay, we get it. So it was like everybody up there was just like, "Oh yeah, we're fine with it. Like it sucks how it rolled out, but I mean, the dude's a businessman. Shit's gonna roll downhill."
And to be honest with you, has anything really gone up in price that you've noticed here? I mean, in
the world, in the world that I work in, yes, a lot.
Okay. All right. So as the common consumer, no. If anything, I think things have gone down in price, especially gasoline. But I mean, that's
that type of stuff. But so I work in a lot of like industrial manufacturing and stuff like that. And then if you talk to like the Canadian side, so one of the guys that I was talking to, he was saying a component that we were actually talking to him about. He's been getting it now from another U.S. supplier. And he's like, we got our price jacked up because, of course, it's a U.S. supplier, but the main components of it all come from China,
right?
Which is the same as us, but like we raised our prices 5 to 10% to try and offset some of the costs. Mm-hmm. These other guys raised them 80.
Oh, damn!
Yeah. I mean, and he was like, part of like. This one component is now 25% of his finished good. And realistically, it should be maybe 5%.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it depends on where you're looking, and I've gotten more respect now for a lot of the manufacturers. Not all of them, because I see a lot of them are just like, we don't care about the tariffs. We're just going to pay it and then pass it right along to the customer.
Right. They don't care. As long as they make their profit, couldn't care less.
But there's a lot of them, especially like where I work, where it's like, yes, we're in manufacturing, but we're not really. We're the big. We're components of the big stuff. Like a lot of the people that I represent, they make components that go into excavators, cranes, like the heavy equipment, that type of stuff. And a lot of them, as much as they've been able to, it's all right. Well, we're getting charged an extra 70% here, but we'll absorb 50. You guys take 20.
Yeah.
Like it's all negotiations, and it depends. I mean, the bigger the customer, usually the more lenient you are with absorbing costs, because you're not going to piss off the big guys.
Right. No.
But
yeah.
So I mean, in my world, yes, I've seen the costs of a lot of stuff go up.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, I can
your normal day-to-day stuff, no.
Yeah, I've noticed my grocery bill has actually gone down a little bit. That's like the one thing I've noticed, and I'm buying the same kind of stuff, but it's a little bit cheaper. Rev said that Mr. Hero is $7.25. It's been that way for a long time. All the fast food places have jacked up their prices.
Oh,
McDonald's, freaking Big Mac is like $5 now or something. It's like, come on.
Oh, I think it's more than that. Dude, you're trying to get a Big Mac value meal, and I think you might be over $10 now.
It is. I think
over $13. Yeah.
It's like 11 or something. And that's what my son wanted for lunch today. He wanted McDonald's, so I ordered it. But and it was. I mean, I have all the crap in the app because we've ordered from there, and you save stuff and everything. It's fast food everywhere. Every price, restaurants, everything's got more expensive. It's ridiculous.
Big Mac meals $10.19.
$10.19, so it's over.
Sandwich itself is it's $5.99.
So it's like $6. So that's ridiculous.
Yeah, but see, the thing is though, is a lot of the stuff, and this is where I've kind of learned to look a little bit further into it over just like that end cost.
Yeah,
like you said, your grocery bill has gone down, but a lot of that type of stuff was what we were exporting that now we have an abundance of because other countries aren't taking it.
Oh well,
so it's there's other sides to it that's causing this. So there's certain things that are going up because it's not stuff that we don't make it here, or it just doesn't make sense to do it here. But a lot of that stuff, especially on like the produce side, if it was already from America, a lot of these places aren't taking them anymore. So now they have to sell them to the U.S. market.
Oh, well, I guess it's a win for us, but whatever.
It is. It is. I mean, yet to be seen what it's doing to the U.S. farmer or something like that that used to rely on being able to export all of this, but
it'll settle.
Most of those are huge conglomerations, anyways.
Right. Yeah. It'll settle itself down. Yeah. What about you, Jesse? You have anything fun? Any fun stories?
Not from this week. I just did a softball. I'm trying to stay in the house and relax.
Yeah.
Went to Grove City last week to my mom for her birthday. Got some shoes and pants.
Oh, Grove City?
Yeah, Grove City outlet malls in Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Used to go there a lot.
Oh, we used to go there most time in high school.
For her birthday, and you bought yourself shoes?
No, she bought shoes for herself. I bought pants
for her.
I took her to dinner it was a birthday, so I took her to lunch. Then yeah. Eaton Park out there.
Eaton Park. I haven't seen an Eaton Park in a long time.
They're gone from around here, and the one out there is nice. So I was like, we had a good meal.
Mm-hmm. They always were. I've been to them, but they're not bad.
I never had a problem with them.
I actually had a stress test Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. For my my heart, and I had to get an echo done in the stress test, and they had to shave parts of my chest, so I got these spots that are like shaved out of my chest. With put the electrodes on it and everything. So yeah,
we used to put the electrodes on and rip them off.
I almost wish she had.
That's easier.
Yeah, but she goes, I have to shave you at a couple spots. I'm like, I don't really care. She's like,
Done
yeah,
too.
the nurse was really cool. She was really, really cool. Then there was that thing was a pain in the ass. Freaking a 20% grade. I had to walk up on the treadmill, and then it's like, okay, and then she's like, okay, it's gonna get faster here, and then she's like, I had to get my heart rate up to like a 144, and that was the goal, and so I had to keep doing it. So I think I was on the treadmill for almost 10 minutes.
Oh, jeez. I die.
Yeah. And she said, and I got through it, and then she took all the readings, and she's like, all right, you're all done. And I'm like, oh, good. I was all sweaty. And she's like, here, it's just a towel. So I'm like, okay. And I left, and I got to go back Tuesday for a scan. But that was my fun for the week. And then,
That's cool.
Yeah, not really.
No.
Yeah. And our baseball season ended mercifully. Yeah. So yeah, that's been my week here. Rev said he failed the stress test. I mean, you can't really fail those, Rev. They just kind of tell you have other issues. That's all it is. All right. So why don't we take
dying?
Yeah, I know, it's exactly.
That's
What? Oh, 3 minutes. That's a long time. Why don't we take a break? Do you guys want to hear the new song now, or do you want to save that one for the next break? We can just go to our everybody, the most requested song.
Most requested song, of course.
All right, so we'll do that now. We'll take a quick break. Come back in with a couple of Rev videos. He mentioned the Big Mac challenge. He did try to eat a Big Mac in a minute, so we have that video. So we'll play that when we come back.
Oh, that was a thing.
I didn't either. I saw it, and I said,
found it on TikTok, and as soon as I saw it, I'm like, Rev, try this.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Jesse's on. Hey, we should have Rev do this. I'm like, oh, Jim's like, you ask him. So he did it. So we'll play that. Well, and we have a couple other. Like I said, we have five or six Rev food reviews, and a couple other things here too. So we'll take a quick break. We'll come back with the Big Mac challenge from Rev and something else. And then we'll jump into do Firefly, and then we'll get into the back in the day, 2005. So we'll be right back after a couple minutes, guys. So stay tuned.
Dips on my truck, shiny and chrome. Driving down the road, never alone. Got 'em lined up, standing tall. Dicks on my truck, I love 'em all. Dicks on my truck, catching eyes, cruising past, under the skies. Dicks on my truck, making a scene, living my life wild and free. Dicks on my truck, color so bright. Riding high, feeling just right. They made me smile, they made me proud. Dicks on my truck, standing out in the crowd. Dicks on my truck, catching eyes, cruising past, under the skies. Dicks on my truck, making a scene, living my life wild and free. Some may question, some may stare, but I don't mind, I don't care. Dicks on my truck, my own style, keeping it real, mile after mile. Dicks on my truck, catching eyes, cruising past, under the skies. Dicks on my truck, making a scene, living my life wild and free. Dicks on my truck, catching eyes, cruising past, under the skies. Dicks on my truck, making a scene, living my life wild and free.
The story of Dicks on my truck, the song, is about 11 years ago. I came out to my van, actually, in Elyria, Ohio, right across from SSC's house. And I found one of those devices that looks like a dick on my truck. And it was suction cupped to the hood of the van. And I had to use a shovel to get it off. I think they super glued it. And then they would always used to text me, dongs on my truck, because they did it. They actually glued one on. So for years, on and off where I found where they would throw eggs or throw, who knows, body fluid onto my truck where I had to go to a pressure washer and pressure wash it. But then this man, Jake, made this song, helped produce the song, and that is what Dicks on My Truck are all about. From the Trolls from Elyria, Ohio. This is one smell, one poo. Here's the Big Mac Challenge right here. And I'm going to push this button, and then when the alarm goes off, that's 1 minute. Okay? That's all I can do, folks. I can't really... Can't really get it up here, so... Here we go. It's hard to do. Can't really see the time. Under I quit. It was I don't even did half, and it was barely a minute. To do half, I only could eat half a burger in under a minute. Sorry, folks. That's what I can do. One smell, one poop. Lost a Big Mac challenge. I was on West Pleasant Valley Road here. There's the road. And a car came from all the way from the left lane, all the way, almost hit my car, swerved through the, on the incoming traffic. There's 2 lanes of incoming traffic. Then went up into this driveway, up into a yard, then went through this other person's yard, kept going. I mean, he had to have hit a house or something that way because I saw smoke.
All right, we're back. I know, Dustin, you're ready.
Hey, look at that.
So,
do you watch Alien, Resident Alien?
I do not.
Okay, because she was Jules in that right now.
Jules State made a. Is she in it as a regular, or is she just?
No, she's the FBI agent.
Okay.
Part time.
Well, I know Alan Tudyk is the.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he's in here too.
Alien,
but
yeah.
so, well, what did you think of the Rev Big Mac challenge?
He tried his best. It's hard, I guess. I mean, I didn't do it.
I never.
I've never tried to eat a Big Mac in a minute, but I'm assuming that would be challenging to. I mean,
I couldn't do it.
I've seen people do it in like a bite. They take a whole Big Mac and like stuff it in their mouth.
Oh,
and
God.
like eat it. I'm like, and it was a woman. I'm sure she's popular, but I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think, honestly, I don't think Rev was given any favors with that one. That one looked like a.
It was messy.
Yeah, that was a rough Big Mac. I mean, not like I have super high expectations for McDonald's construction, but
No, I
Which
don't.
one did you go to, Rev? Which McDonald's was that? I'm asking. Yeah, here.
I think it was the one by as close to him. I thought he said, maybe it wasn't on the video, but he said he's made him sick. I remember he was talking about his aftermath, which we're not going to get into, but that's
Yeah,
either.
let's not get into that.
All right, so we'll do. We'll dive into.
Right.
Well, it's probably going to be like you're going to probably struggle. North Homestead McDonald's. We're gonna now, Dustin. It's your turn to struggle as we jump into the next episode of Firefly. This episode was called Janestown. It's episode number 7. It originally aired on October 18th of 2002. Actually had a 4.3 rating, which is, to me, is probably on par with what they've been getting rating wise. They've slowly, steadily gone down from like a 4.8 to a 4.6 and a 4.3 as they've gone on. But again, remember, Fox really didn't do them any favors. We've been through this before, but this episode,
after watching these episodes, watching them in any sort of order really doesn't make a damn difference.
No, there is no overlying storyline other than they keep hinting at what the deal is with the doctor and his sister. That's like the main like storyline behind everything, the overarching story. They never really get into much, but it's I don't know. They really don't even dive into it really till, I mean, you had that one story where you find out they had a bounty, and that one they were being looked for. But later on, there's an episode where there actually is a bounty on the ship, where they actually have identified the ship and they're actually looking for him. I forget which episode it is. It's later on. But the episode we just watched was called Janestown. Basically, this is they land on this planet where Jane.
They make mud.
What?
They make mud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That makes mud.
Yeah. Nothing wrong
Super.
with that. It is. It's it's
Riveting.
it's important.
Edge of your seat.
Mm-hmm. It is. Mud butt.
Yeah.
Jane basically says that what the hell is it? Damn it, Jesse, you got me
sorry.
distracted with that chat. Anyway, they basically land. Jane says, "Oh no, I'm a wanted man on this planet. I gotta disguise myself." So they go into town and they find that there's this big statue of Jane. And he's like, and they're like, oh, so they go to this like tavern or this bar or whatever, and the guy sings. I wish I didn't think about it. I could have probably found the song that the guy plays, and it's basically Jane is like looked at as like a Robin Hood type of thing because he stood up to the magistrate, and like it was pretty. The song is pretty bad, but it was entertaining. So long story short, it was.
Yes, it was.
Long story short, the Inara, she was there. The hooker was there to meet with the magistrate, which he was basically trying to make a man out of his son.
I thought he was going to be gay. He's gay.
The whole. This is 2002, so they didn't really use those storylines very often back then. So they
sell a dog to a man who fancies cats.
Yes, like Jesse. So she does that whole side storyline with the magistrate and her, and then of course there's the Jane thing. Well, then he's finally recognized, and the magistrate lets somebody out of prison who was like his old associate to try to confront him, and then some bad things happen. The anticlimax happens there. They built it up a little bit, and then it was like, oh.
Well, the description of the show was off too. It didn't make sense.
What do you mean?
You has to choose between who to save and who to find. That never happened.
Yeah,
okay.
Kind of loosely. So yeah, I don't know. They had basically
You have to try this hard to make any of these episodes sound good. That just shows how bad they truly are.
They're not bad. They're good.
Not bad.
A villager gets killed.
Sacrifices himself
for Jane, and then he tears down the statue type of thing, and the ship is no longer locked in because the magistrate tries to keep him there, and they get out, and they leave. That was pretty much the episode.
Synopsis.
What were your thoughts on the episode? I know Dustin hated it, but what about you,
I
Jesse?
liked it. I thought it was good. I was the only thing that I didn't like was the fight scene because it was so quick. But it was a good episode. It was well written and acting was good.
The acting's always good on this show. The
Acting's
song,
always good.
I wish I could find that song. You know, the Man Called Jane or whatever they whatever it was called, and it was like Rob the Rich, whatever. I don't know what dog's doing. Yeah, so that was yeah. To be honest with you, this was probably one of my least favorite episodes. So I
I have it
tried
right
to.
here. Hero Canton. I got it on YouTube.
Oh, you did find it.
Yeah, it wasn't that hard.
Oh. Maybe I'll see if I can download it as an MP3. We can play it as a song.
It's
to
not.
annoy Dustin.
I'm going to show. It's not
I mean, it would be
that
okay.
actual song, but
Oh,
it's
forget it. Forget it
some
then.
guy singing it.
Forget it then.
I can put it in the.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's not that important. So that was Jane's. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's not that important. Did you roll your eyes when he started singing that song, Dustin? I mean, Jesse, I think liked it.
I liked it.
The only thing that was nice about the song was that for one of the very few times in the episode, it actually gave you a better idea of what the hell was going on.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I posted it.
Because that show, it does such a horrible job at actually like filling you in. Because like the episodes aren't connected. Like you said, there's no storyline that's proceeding through all of the episodes, and every episode just starts with them being somewhere for a pickup or something, but there's no backstory as to why or who or any of this. So
you never really watched Star Trek then, back then, because that's how Star Trek was. There was rarely in a season of Star Trek, there was rarely a like overarching story. Like you'll watch any other show like today, there's like a
no, but at least with Star Trek, and no, I never did watch it.
No, I never
Right.
seen here.
To my understanding, though, at least you had backstories to the main characters.
not in the early
It
episodes.
was a lot of the
not-
reoccurring people.
Not in the early episodes of, and I'm not talking about like the ones that were like Discovery, the ones that were recent. I'm talking about the ones like Deep Space Nine, Voyager, even the original series, and the new Next Gen. If you watch like the first seasons of those episodes or those series, there's not a whole lot of backstory on a lot of those characters. And I know DS9, I'm trying to remember who they had to bring in. They had to bring in Michael Dorn or Worf to boost the ratings there. Even Babylon 5, if you watch the early Babylon 5 seasons, it was the same. Babylon 5 is different because it was a space station that was in the same place, and there was a war going on between two of the races. So that was a little different. But if you watch and Voyager's really main only story was that they got through a wormhole and they got sent so far away, like a completely different galaxy from where they were trying, and they're trying to get home. But you didn't know much about the characters. None of those characters were really, they had to spend like the season getting to know who these people were. And
that's fine though. You spent the season getting to know the characters,
right? And this
is
episode 7, and you're starting to understand more.
You're 7 episodes in, and at no point they haven't filled you in on anybody.
Jane, this whole episode was about Jane's background. They haven't gone into detail.
This was one incident in his past, but
it's a big part of it.
Other episode, there's nothing on anybody else.
You've kind of got a little bit more on Mal and Inara a little bit. You're right. I mean, nobody really knows much about Jewel, or what's her name. Kaylee. Much about Kaylee. You don't know much of the Doctor yet. the pilot and I can't remember their names. I want what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Alan Tudyk and Gina Torres. I can never remember their names off the top of my head because I always know them as other people. Wash and I can't remember her name. Zoe, thank you. I always remember them as other characters.
Zoe, that's your niece's name, so you should never forget that.
My niece doesn't look like her.
No shit.
plus I know her. Plus I know her from 911 Lone Star.
Yes, correct.
Anyway, so stuff. You don't know much about them, but you're starting to get more about the other characters. And again, Fox did them no favors. I'm not going to. I mean, we have this argument every single time. But if you watch,
the only thing Fox did was air them out of order. We're watching them in order. It still doesn't make sense.
There's still more that they did. They didn't let them do. They didn't really let it build up. There's things that they didn't. It's messy. Anyway, no matter what, you're going to hate it. No matter what.
The thing is I want to like the show. It has a premise that could have been really good.
That they only gave it one season. Just like if you watch the first seasons of the Star Treks from back then, they were rough. Like Star Trek DS9, the first season then was rough. Same thing with Voyager was a little better, but it still struggled. I mean, people didn't really start knowing it until they got later in the seasons, and then they knew who Seven of Nine was. She was, the hot Borg chick. And then you got Voyager. You've got Babylon 5, for example. It got better when they started to actually incorporate the shadows and stuff, like hints about the shadows, and you got to know more about like the Minbari and stuff. It's just stuff like that. It just took them a while, and I think Firefly would have gotten a lot better had they not ended it like they did. But I'll agree with you on this, Dustin. This episode was rough. It was one of the rougher episodes to get through, but it did shine some light on Jane himself, the character. So that was what this episode did. This is so far was my least favorite of all the 7 we've watched thus far. And then now next week we get to watch the episode entitled Out of Gas.
Oh,
that came out October 25th of 2002. Obviously, it kind of sells itself that the engine room explosion happens in the engine room and it leaves them dead in the water. So that's pretty much what the premise of that is about. But before we take our final break, before we get into the back in the day thing, one thing I will say about 2005, and it does relate to Firefly, is 2005. And it was on August 22nd in the was it the IFF? That's the Edinburgh International Film Fest, and in September of 2005. Serenity, the movie based on Firefly, debuts. So the movie came out in 2005. It doesn't spoil our list of stuff, but since it came out in 2005 or in September, it actually it had a budget of $39 million and it made $40.4. So it just made about $1 million. The movie itself. And I'm not going to force you to watch the movie when we're done with this, but I think we should.
I'm not going to.
I will.
I just want Jesse. You can watch it, Jesse, when we get to that point, and just hear your thoughts on the movie that was supposed to wrap up the series. So yeah,
I'm just going to go out on a limb, and I'll review it right now. It was garbage. Just the show.
No.
Actually, okay. To each their own.
There's actually a story behind it, but it doesn't wrap up the show in any way, shape.
You tell me there's a story around the show that I can't.
There is. They just haven't.
They're doing a great job of telling that story.
It's 7 episodes in, and we still haven't really seen it yet. Just kind of gotten hints from it.
Yeah, that's a problem. 7 episodes in, and I don't even know what the damn story is. That's 7 hours of my life I can't get back.
Oh, and guess what? You still have 7 more to go. We're only halfway through. All right, so that's Firefly. Dustin's getting, I think, more and more annoyed with it. And if I remember correctly, this next
I'm
episode,
more and more annoyed with it because I genuinely do want it to get better. I want it to be good. I want to like it. I like westerns. I like sci-fi. I like all of the aspects that this show is trying to pull together. They're just doing a shit job of doing it.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but I
get it.
disagree. I disagree.
very
I still think it's a great show.
I think it's a
You
great
want to
show
know what
too.
can save the show? Show me more Moreno. What the hell's her name?
Moreno
hell
Baccarin.
yeah.
Maria Baccarin.
Yeah, have her feature more.
I
Inara.
agree. Yes,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Oh, I wouldn't be fine. She can just put her on TV and just let her sit there. I'd be happy with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's going to be on a new show coming up next year with
She's been on a lot of shows. She just don't last very. They don't last very.
Fire Country. She's doing a spinoff as a sheriff.
Oh, is she really? I know she's.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were doing a spinoff. Why are they making a spinoff from that show? That show
I
is
don't
so
know.
freaking bad.
Well, I like this show.
Bodie's a freaking little weenie, little
Yeah.
crybaby. Oh, come on. He was so much better in SEAL Team. The actor.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I give it
Yeah.
that, but it's a good show.
it's
he was
not.
definitely better in SEAL Team.
It's not.
But you know what's
Well,
Big Bang Theory? They're making two more spinoffs.
yeah. Well, they already
Yeah.
had.
With Stewart.
Stewart and somebody else. I forgot who the other one was. I thought
they
it was
do-
two more. Maybe it's one more,
Well, they did. They had Young Sheldon, which is done.
which is a good show. Yeah, Stewart's and they have Mindy.
Mindy.
The first marriage.
Georgia
and Mindy's first marriage, and then they're going to have third one is that Stewart fails to save the world.
Oh. Okay.
Ain't gonna do good.
I don't know. You know. They're making a spinoff from Blue Bloods too, right?
I saw that. Yes,
With-
I'm not
with,
gonna watch it.
With Wahlberg, and he moves to Boston. Ooh, put a Wahlberg in Boston.
Wow,
That's
imagine that.
Go figure.
That's
He's a
original.
spoiled brat.
Who Donnie Wahlberg is?
Yes, I got to witness him at a concert, berating the catering staff because he wanted his kids to have certain food now on the bus. Now, get it now. I want this and this now.
Does he have kids with Jenny McCarthy, or does he have
I
kids
have
with
no
somebody
idea.
else?
I didn't.
'Cause I know they're married, but I don't
I
know.
don't know how many kids they have. This is like 10 years ago, maybe. So I have no idea whose kids they were.
I gotta look that up now. I'm curious.
We just couldn't go near them. Couldn't look at them. Fuck that. I looked at them.
You could look. You gotta look at him.
Oh, they
But
said
you-
not to look at them. There's people we weren't allowed to look at. Do not make eye contact. I always did. What are you gonna do? Kick me out? I'll go home.
It's like you realize you're the lesser famous of the Wahlberg brothers. Your brother Mark is a little more famous.
Yeah.
Jenny
Sure,
McCarthy
actually-
he has 2 children, but I don't know if he has them with Jenny McCarthy though. They've been married since 2014.
That's surprising. Well, good for them.
Jenny McCarthy only has 1 child.
Okay.
She was married prior to John Asher. How's John
Okay.
Asher? Oh, he's I don't know who that is. Yeah. Trying to see if they have kids together. Let's see. She modeled. I don't care about her modeling career. Whatever.
She used to be funny and good.
She's like, you know what? I used to watch The Masked Singer, and she was fine on there. And then
I watched the first season, went downhill fast after that.
it got better. I thought it got a little better, but then they started getting political and shit, and I'm like, forget this. And,
No, they don't have kids together.
Oh, okay. So they have kids. All right. Which it's fine. I was just curious that I didn't think she had kids with him, but I know they're married.
Yeah.
Well, and then once Nicole Scherzinger left the show for her tour, and they brought that other Rita Ora or whatever her name on there.
I saw a preview for. I know who she was.
She's annoying, and Ken
They're
Jeong's
all
annoying.
on there.
Ken Jeong is annoying as hell. Alan Thicke's annoying.
The
McCarthy-
first season was great, and then they started acting stupid.
Jenny McCarthy is like the only one I can actually like stomach on there. Even Nick Cannon's all right, but
He's not bad. Yeah, they started doing acting stupid and stuff, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my, I can't believe it!" Oh, I couldn't
oh
watch it
my
anymore.
god, it's the famous. You're like, who is this person? They're like
We don't know any of those people. Yeah.
they're a freaking YouTuber. How the hell would I know who that is? All right, so
Because unfortunately, that's what justifies being a celebrity nowadays.
just wait till we get to the notable births from 2005. I was looking through this list and saw what their professions are, and you'll see a theme. It's pathetic because those people are like 19, 20 years old right now. So yeah, it's pathetic. All right, so we do have a new song called where is it at? Call Me Dad by the Trolls. So we'll play that, and then we've got a couple more. Well, why don't we do a food review first with Rev, and then we'll come and we'll play the new song, and then we'll have some more. So we'll do Let's see which one here. What do we want to do? We did the Big Mac one already. Here we go. We got a food review from here for Rev. So we got one more food review, and then we'll play our song, and then we'll come back in with a food review, and then we'll get into the back in the day. So here's Rev in his next food review.
You know what time it is. It's time for review of one poo here in El Rancho restaurant on Stearns Road. Chimichanga. One smell. One poo. Nice and cheesy. Like some sour cream. Oh, this will be a two-poo. A chicken chimichanga. Some sour cream. A 9.0. It's just amazing here. They give you chips and salsa too. And salsa chip. I put it on top. It's amazing. Amazing taste. El Rancho here at Stearns Road. And badly, and I'll have a poo review.
And there we go. There's the poo review. So
That sounds like I might have to stop at that place.
Yeah, that's good. Call me.
Yeah.
Got it.
Sorry.
All right. Here's our... You guys didn't see that earlier? I'm sorry.
No.
All right. So here's the song Call Me Dad by the Trolls. We'll be right back.
Call me dad, even though we're not related. Big women love me, they all know how to beat it. Just he took my wife, I won't talk to him no more. Call me dad, I'm the daddy of many a score. I've got my hands full with all the babies outside, but still I call them mine, no matter if they're wide. I like the way they shake when I put my arms around, and I know I can't control the ones that I've allowed. Call me dad, even though we're not related. Big women love me, they all know how to be it. Just he took my wife, I won't talk to him no more. Call me dad, I'm the daddy of many a score. But now she's gone and left me high and dry. Told her to go, but she came back just to try. I tried to stop, but it was too late, she was already through. Now I'm alone and I can't help but feel blue. Call me dad, even though we're not related. Big women love me, they don't know how to beat it. Just he took my life, I won't talk to him no more. Call me dad, I'm the daddy of many a score. Call me dad, even though we're not related. Big women love me, they all know how to beat it. Jesse took my wife, I won't talk to him no more. Like dad, call me dad, I'm the daddy of many a score. Even though we're not related, big women love me, they all know how to beat it. Jesse took my life, I won't talk to him no more. Call me dad, I'm the daddy of many a score.
Well, folks, we're here at Chili's. One smell, one poo. You know the deal. It's a sit-down time there. Medium well on the steak. Medium well. This smells too delicious. I give it an all-time 9 with the mashed potatoes and broccoli. A 9.1. These are the chips. One smell, one poo. They're about a 6.7.
6.7 for the chips.
I
Was
missed
that
that
Chili's? I heard him
Yeah.
say 9.0, then he fired off a 9.1.
Yeah, that was
The
Chili's.
chips are 9.1.
Yeah, chips
Oh,
were.
okay.
Yeah, he
I
was at
missed
Chili's.
that one. I didn't post that on TikTok. I gotta go find that and post it.
Gotta go find that one now too. So
Yeah.
well, here I got one more for you before we get into it because we still have three food reviews here. So we'll play the shortest of them all here. One more food review for now, and then we'll finish the last two after we do our long segment, the longest segment. We have a lot to talk about. Here we go.
Hello, folks. One poo, one smell, one poo. Here at Layman's Deli, a poor boy. It's got salami, ham, coleslaw, it's mustard and mayo on it. And it's on Detroit Road. Just in between Detroit and Columbia. It's been there for at least 40 years that I know of. Here's one bite, one smoke. It's a solid 10. Been coming here for 20 years. One smell, one poo.
And I will agree. Layman's Deli is
I was gonna say I love Layman's. Their
It's been a
food is
while since I've
fantastic.
been there.
Yes.
But yeah, they're excellent.
Layman's is good.
It's one I always forget about.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But oh my god, their food is so good.
Absolutely.
I've not had anything bad there.
Oh no. It's one of those places. Their sandwiches are outstanding. Like I totally
Yeah.
agree with what he said. It's like you said. It's not one of those. I don't really go down Detroit Road very often, and if I do, it's past that. I go down Columbia and I make a left, and so I miss it.
Well, and it's on a stretch of Columbia, or it's on a stretch of Detroit where they're really, unless you have a specific reason to go down there, there's just,
Right.
it's not there's nothing else really over there.
There, Maley's is just down from them too, but there's Maley's is that restaurant. Maley's has got pretty good food, and then there's Layman's. But down that street, there's that car dealership, and that's pretty much it. I mean, there's a bunch of
I
other
mean,
business,
Buca's
like
was
offices.
there, but that closed.
Yeah, Buca's over on Clegg in Detroit.
It's gone.
Well, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like between
Oh,
Columbia to Clegg,
Panini-
like
Paninis, I hate.
Panini's.
Though. I hate paninis though, but there's really no. You're right. There's nothing really over there. There's that Chinese place that's over there too, which it doesn't.
That Chinese place has been there forever.
It has. It's been when we were in high school. Long
They
before
score
that.
all the time.
Yeah. Still no quinoa by me here, but yeah. So
Oh
and
yes, we got to do Quinoa again. I haven't been there in years.
you tell me when.
Good.
I've been trying to get Jesse to go to the sushi place. up here.
Yeah, I know.
He keeps on blowing me off, or he stops talking when I bring it up because he doesn't want to go there.
No, I want to go. I just haven't had time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not huge on the sushi, but Quinoa though. That
Well,
Hey, Vikings.
wasabi mustard that they had.
that mustard they made, it hits you. You're like, whoa!
Oh my god! It's like somebody's digging an ice pick into the back of your brain, but it's
Yeah.
so good.
But it's like it hits you. You're like, ooh! It makes you a little tingly down there, and it's yeah. I haven't had Well, my son doesn't want Chinese food ever, so I don't order from them at all. I'm like, I'm not going to get it for just myself. I mean, I guess I could, but they're.
Oh, I would.
I mean, I could walk over there. That's how close they are. But yeah, quinoa. Yeah, I'm talking about Kintaro is the place we're talking about. All you can eat. It's hibachi or seafood or
It's both.
well, all you can eat is hibachi and sushi.
Yeah.
You don't have sushi if you don't want it.
They give you a 2-hour limit.
Yeah, 2 hours and we got that. It's
Jose just hit a home run.
good.
Sorry. 2-run. Sorry.
Good. All right. So back in the day, I know we still got to come up with an intro for that, but Jim's busy and I've actually forgot to ask him about it. till now, and he's not here. So back in the day, if you're new, it's when we pick a year, and we talk about the things that were happening at that time, usually around the weekend. So we're around just as July 11th. So the weekend, actually, July 11th was a Monday 20 years ago. So we're talking about the weekend of July 8th, 9th, 10th. So it's the week after Memorial Day, Independence Day. And actually, when I was looking through the year, there's a lot of stuff that happened. A lot of when we get to the TV shows, talking about the shows that debuted in 2005, you're going to be like, holy crap. And a few of them are still on the air today.
Yep.
And if you didn't see this list, so since I teased it, why don't we'll start talking about it. No, I did a search on IMDb, and it was talking about what shows debuted in 2005. And it ranked them one to through 190. There were 190 shows. And I was looking through them, and I want to say at least 60% of these I don't think any of us have ever heard of. Or if you had, it'd have been like oh yeah, I think I saw a commercial for like a show called 12 Ounce Mouse. You know, it was a crudely animated series. I no clue what that is. That was one of the shows. But I was looking through it. I'm gonna go through, like, I looked from like 190 to 100, and there's nothing in there that I'd even heard of, or I even cared about. Maybe like one of those reality shows like the Keeping Up with the Kardashians bullshit, which I don't think was on that list. But number, I don't know, just ignore it. So the one on here is number 99 was Hogan Knows Best, premiered in 2005. That ran for 2 seasons. You guys know what that was. It was a reality show with Hulk Hogan and his family, and some of his friends were on there too. Cash Cab. Do you guys remember that show, Cash Cab?
They still air it on Game Show Network.
Yeah, it ended in 2020, but it ran from 05 to 2020. That was number 90. The Apprentice's UK version was out. We'll get higher up. You'll start to you'll start to recognize a lot more of these shows as we go there. Miami Inc. That's like
I remember that show.
Yeah.
I used to watch it.
The Ultimate Fighter is still on the air today.
I used to watch that too.
It's still on the air. It came out in 2005. It's aired 430 episodes.
Wow.
Number 69 on this list of new shows ranked. Deal or No Deal. It ended in 2019 with Howie Mandel. That ran for 14 years. That was also a debut in 05. As we go through Johnny Test. Oh, that's the one I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of Johnny Quest. That's what I was thinking of here. Now we're in the top 50. I'm scrolling through this thing here. Squidbillies. You guys remember Squidbillies?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Ended in 2001. That aired 133 episodes. It was an animated series. Deadliest.
Debuted in 05 and ended in 01.
2021. I said 21. Deadliest Catch is number 38 on this list. It's still airing today.
I didn't know it's been out that long.
Yeah, it came out in 05. And I remember first time I heard about it was our buddy Steve Prince told me about it. We were golfing, and he said he wanted to get home to watch Deadliest Catch. And I'm like, what's that? And he said, it's a Alaskan crab fisherman. And I started watching it, and I was hooked. I still watch it today.
I haven't watched it in years. It was a good show.
It's the same as it is. It's not as it's very predictable. Every season's pretty much has the same shit that happens. Dirty Jobs with Mike Rowe.
Oh yeah,
it's still on the air. It's only 180 episodes.
That's still in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
Yeah, they still have episodes of it. Dancing with the Stars came out in 2005 at 511 episodes.
That's going downhill direction.
The Late Show with Craig Ferguson, that was on for 10 years. That is off. That was 2,100 episodes for that. Let's see as we get through here. Now we're in the top 25. Here, number 25 is Hell's Kitchen with Gordon Ramsay. That show is still on the air today. 360 episodes in. The Closer with Kira Sedgwick.
Oh yeah.
It aired from 2005 to 2012. Medium with Patricia Arquette.
Watch that.
Ended in 2011, from 05 to 2011. The Boondocks, which was an animated series, came out ended in 2014. The Sweet Life with Zach and Cody. I know my nieces and nephews watch that show all the time. That was on from 05 to 08. Number 20 was Everybody Hates Chris. Came out and it ended in 09. That's with Chris Terry Crews and I thought Chris Rock was. Oh, it's about Chris Rock.
It's Chris Rock. Yeah, he's a narrator.
He wasn't. Yeah, he is. The Colbert Report came out in 05 and ended in 2014. Robot Chicken started in 05 and ended in 2022. No, it ended in 2022.
They're playing new shows on it. I just saw a new show advertised for it.
Unless they're bringing it back and they have
It's a special show they're having. So
then it's not coming back. It's just a special.
Okay.
Numbers with Rob Morrow,
Watch that.
Judd Hirsch came out in 05. Yeah, an FBI agent recruits his brother, a math genius, to help solve crimes. Ghost Whisperer with Jennifer Love Hewitt came out in 05 and ended in 2010. I don't know what Extras is. My Name is Earl.
Oh, great show.
With Jason Lee.
Great show.
05 to 09. Ended in 2009. Weeds with Mary Louise Parker. Lasted 7 seasons, 05 to 2012. American Dad, still on the air today. Started in 05. If you know that the Seth MacFarlane show.
Yep.
Criminal Minds, also still on the air.
Started
in 05. Yep, still on the air now. I never watched this series, and I started.
So good.
Well, I'm watching it now. I'm 16 episodes into season 1.
Okay, it's so good.
I'm struggling to get through in these episodes, but then again, I got to remember it's 20 years old.
The new season they do.
That show gets better.
I know.
Get better.
I love the cast, and especially when you have Indigo.
Just wait until you get to the episodes that are. I think they're written and directed by Matthew Gray Gubler.
Okay,
yeah, you gotta watch it because they all.
Those are some messed up episodes.
Yes.
There's one with James Vanderbeek that he did.
Oh, that was fucked up.
Oh, really?
Oh my god, that is an amazing episode.
I'm looking forward to it. Then plus Indigo
Alexander, the serial killer.
Indigo Montoya is in there as a main character, so that to me is a win there. Number 10 was Bones with David Boreanaz. Ended in 2017. It lasted 12 seasons. A very underrated show on HBO called Rome. Lasted 3 seasons. It was 05 to 07. That was an awesome series if you've never watched it. So it's about just about these main two characters are these former legionnaires, and it's about them trying to reassimilate back into the Roman Empire. It's the last days of the Empire. If you've ever watched it, it's on Plex, so you can watch it. It's really good. It's called Rome. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, still on the air today.
That show. I haven't watched it in a few seasons, but that show was incredible.
Yeah, it's well. You did see that Rob McElhenney legally changed his name to Rob Mack.
Yeah, they all made fun of him.
No.
Yes, he changed his legal name to Rob Mack. And I heard about it because I'm like, are you serious? I watched the Welcome to Wrexham with the show about their soccer club, and him and Ryan Reynolds owned that soccer club. But yeah, Always Sunny in Philly, still on the air today. It's number 8. Oops. Number 7 is Avatar: The Last Airbender. That lasted 3 seasons. It's the animated series. Number 6.
It only lasted 3 seasons, but there's been follow-up avatars.
Yeah, there have been spin-offs. Right. Let's see. Doctor Who lasted from 05 to 2022. I never was in Doctor Who.
It's been on for like 6 years.
05 to 22 this season. It's number 5 still on the air today is Grey's Anatomy. Another with was it Dr. McDreamy? Everybody was in love with him, and then he left the show. I think. I don't know. Never watched an episode of Grey's.
They killed him off. I started watching it and then got popular. And I got sick of it.
Yeah, I never got into that show. Number 4, one of my favorite all-time shows, even though I hated season 1, was The Office.
Oh, that was so good.
Which they're bringing back a spin-off called The Paper.
Yeah, I'm not watching it.
Oscar is going to be one of the returning. Yeah, I'm annoyed with that too. Great show. Lasted till 2013. I can't believe it's been off the air for 12 years. Such a great show.
Crazy, yeah.
Now, did you ever watch the British version, the original?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the same season. The season 1 of the U.S. version and the British version are the exact same script. They just changed it to Americanize it a bit. That's what made it hard to watch. and I didn't like it. And then I ended up somebody told me to go back, and I did. I fought through season 1. I watched season 2, and I was hooked after that. Season 2 is where it hooked me. Number 3, Supernatural. It just ended in 2020 with good old our boy Jensen Ackles and Jim Beaver, whoever the hell that is. Number 2 was Prison Break. Lasted from 05 to 2017. And and the number 1 show it aired in 2005 was one of my favorite shows until the last 2 seasons, and then it really jumped the shark and got shitty. Is How I Met Your Mother.
Oh yeah, yep. Ending was very disappointing.
I still never finished that show.
Don't even waste. It's not worth it. It wasn't the ending. I fought through it, and then I watched the How I Met Your Father spinoff,
that was pretty good.
It was all right, and then they kind of tied it in together because they had cameos from Robin and from Barney, but then it was like then they canceled it. I'm like, Hillary Duff wasn't really, I don't know. She was kind of, I don't know. There was, I didn't think it was that good after a while. But those are some of the big shows that ended up debuting in 05. I think on that list, the 2 that I missed the most are Office and How I Met Your Mother.
Office is great.
Yeah, losing my voice.
When did Parks and Rec come out? Because I remember that I didn't get into that show until COVID.
Oh, that was later.
That was hard to watch at the first couple seasons.
It came out in 09.
Okay, it was hard to watch the first couple of seasons. It got so much better after that one guy left.
I'm not a big fan of Amy Poehler, so I don't know. I like Rashida Jones. I just don't like. I'm not a fan of Amy Poehler.
Ron Swanson is one of the greatest characters.
Oh, Nick Offerman.
Yeah.
Nick
Offerman.
He's just a great actor. He's just good. He's just a great comedian. And then I don't mind. Chris Pratt was pretty funny in that show. He was
good in that show, but
but
annoying now.
I just don't like Amy Poehler. That's just my thing. I don't know. Not a big fan. So staying on you want to know what was on TV back then? On Mondays you had turn myself a little bit here. You had shows like Everybody Loves Raymond, 2.5 Men, CSI Miami. There's Hell's Kitchen again. I don't know what The Scholar was. Then there was it's called The Scholar. Fear Factor was on. I'm trying to think if there's anything in The Closer. This is back when you. What's that?
Rev said Night Court.
Night Court, not in 2005. 80s. Yeah, Night Court's it was an 80s show. Let's see. Diagnosis Murder. There's so many more networks now. You have WB, either you have Seventh Heaven, you have the UPN had some really off the wall weird shows.
UPN.
UPN. That was on Monday nights. So Tuesday nights we had. Is it going? Did I click it? I didn't click it. Tuesday nights you had My Wife and Kids. You had George Lopez. You had Empire. I remember Empire. It was 20 years ago. Damn.
That was 20 years ago. The actual Empire
show. Empire. Yeah, I think it's. I don't know if it's the same show. The All-Star game was on. The MLB All-Star game was this week. This week then. Average Joe. Oh God, that was that dating show.
Yeah, he was a millionaire or something.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what that one was. There was a show called I Want to Be a Hilton. I think they was trying to. It was something with Paris Hilton. Law and Order SVU still on.
Was Average Joe the dating one? What was the one where the
Ordinary Joe
was sports?
Average. Oh no, Average Joe was a sitcom. No, it was a reality series.
Yeah, but what was?
It was. Average Joe was a dating show. It was a bunch of regular. Paste and go here. Average Joe. Oh wait, there's shit. There's another show called Average Joe. I want the 2005 show. Go back here. You're thinking of the Joe Millionaire is one you're thinking of.
Oh
right?
Yeah.
Average Joe, the Joe Strike Back with the 4th and final season of the reality show Average Joe. It was basically The Bachelorette is what it basically was, but it was a bunch of just regular dudes. This season featured a former. Let's see. The premise was given eliminated Average Joe. Trying trying to find more on this thing. Here it is. Average. Yeah, here it is. No, that's not it. Damn it, that's not the show. I'm trying to find it here. They have it came out in 03. That's why. So instead of attempting to make a dream couple between two extremely attractive people, Average Joe tried to get 16 to 18 ordinary men to win the heart of a beauty queen. So they basically just got a bunch of fat guys and tried to win over a hot chick. So that kind of, makes sense, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
They had Average Joe Hawaii, Average Joe Adam Returns. I don't know who Adam was. And then Average Joe, the Joe Strike Back, which was the final season. That was in 05. So that's what that is. Let's see. Gilmore Girls. We talked that. UPN. See, that was the All-Star game. So they didn't have much going on that day on Tuesday that week. On Wednesday, Lost was on back then. It's back when Lost was popular. King of Queens, Rockstar. What the hell Rockstar is? CSI New York. That 70s show. Nothing else interesting here. Smallville. That was an awful series. If you ever watched that one.
Never got into it.
It's terrible.
No, never could get into that one.
Big Brother was on back then. CSI Crime Scene Investigation. Hooking Up. What the hell is that? Extreme Makeover. That 70s show. The OC. Joey, remember the spinoff?
Yeah, it didn't do too good.
It lasted one season with what's his name? Joey from Friends. Will and Grace. Oh, Beauty and the Geek. That's another one of those type of shows. It was the WB's version of that. That was on Thursday nights. Eight Simple Rules. Hope and Faith. Less Than Perfect. Jag. There's numbers. It was a repeat back then at this time. Let's see. Friday night movie was Undercover Brother. Oh my God. Stargate SG-1, Stargate Atlantis, and then Battlestar Galactica. They're all on Sci-Fi Network.
Great show.
Monk was on back then on USA.
Monk was a decent show. I like that dude.
They're coming out with another one, a reunion show or something, I heard.
For Monk?
Yeah.
I never really got into that.
There did I.
Let's see. Cops, America's Most Wanted. This is the weekend here. There's really... the weekend, Saturday night movie was the 98 Godzilla on NBC. Big Brother was on again. King of Queens. They had a lot of reruns. So it is summertime. And then Desperate Housewives, Grey's Anatomy. This was your Sunday night lineup. Malcolm in the Middle, King of the Hill, The Simpsons, The Princess of Malibu, Family Guy. That was the Fox lineup.
Yeah.
There was a pretty good lineup back then.
Mm-hmm.
Law and Order Criminal Intent was on NBC. That's it. So Charmed. Ooh. All right. So that's what we had going on back in 2005. I keep saying 20 because we're so used to it now. So now the movie of movies. There we go. Back then. So the top grossing movies of this weekend in 05. The number one was Fantastic Four, which is kind of ironic because isn't the new one going to be?
The one's coming out later in the month, I think, or
I think it's the end of. Is it? Yeah, it's soon.
Yeah.
It debuted at
The
56.
Jessica Alba one.
Yeah, this is Jessica Alba one. 05.
Yeah.
56 million for the opening night. Number 2 was War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise.
Good movie.
It was terrible.
I liked it.
Oh, it was awful. Why is the wind blowing toward the storm? Terrible. $30 million it took in for the second week. It was down a spot. It took in 164.9 total. Batman Begins came out. It came in at 10 million that weekend. It had been out for 4 weeks already. 171 million. They re-released Dark Water. I don't know what that is. 9.9 million. It was a Disney movie. Mr. and Mrs. Smith was number 5, 7.8 million, had taken in 158.6 over 5 weeks. Herbie Fully Loaded came in at number 6, 6 million, 48.2. Bewitched at number 7, 5.5 million. Madagascar was number 8, 4 million. That one took in 179 million at that point. Rebound was number 9. I don't know what that was. I think it was one of those cheesy love story movies about basketball. $3 million. Number 10 was Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, which I remember was being billed as the final Star Wars movie ever.
Yep.
2.6 million it took in. And at that point, it was out 8 weeks. 370 million already at the box office domestically. Number 11 was The Longest Yard. I think that's the one with Adam Sandler.
Yep.
$2 million, 152 million, 7 weeks to have been out. Cinderella Man, number 12, 1.8 million. So actually, well, only taking 57 million after 6 weeks. That's a pretty good movie. Number 13 was March of the Penguins. Number 14 was Land of the Dead. Number 15 was Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl in 3D. That was the top 15. Crash Kit was out. Remember the movie Crash? That was a really good movie.
I liked it. They had a TV show like that too.
Yeah. Yep, they did. Let's see anything else. Sister of the Traveling Pants. I know that's your favorite movie, Jesse.
I loved it.
Monster-in-Law. Howl's Moving Castle. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That was terrible. The rest of these, there's a lot of movies on this list. Nothing else. My favorite, Fever Pitch.
I actually like that movie.
Yeah, with Jimmy Fallon and
Drew Barrymore.
Drew
I thought it
Barrymore.
was a decent movie.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't bad. Trying to see. That's pretty much it. There's a lot of movies here. 124 of them on this list, but I'm not going to go through them all because I don't know 90% of those. I wouldn't tell you. All right, so there's your movies. Are you going to go see the new Fantastic Four?
Nope, I don't know.
I'm just going to wait.
Probably not.
Yeah,
I'll wait till it comes on Fleck. That one. I'm seeing Superman tomorrow night.
My son might be too. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm torn on it. I want to see it, but
that's how I am too. But the tickets are $7, so they're probably bad. I couldn't get any seats, so they're $7.
Oh, that's good. It's going to be crowded because it's a new movie.
It's going to be annoying. Oh, it's Cleveland. There's Cleveland right there. That's another shot.
Hey, look, it's Progressive Field. No shit. We only have one baseball stadium here, you dumbass.
You're going to hear that, like the Avengers.
Oh yeah, I know. I saw this. I saw the bridge I drive over.
All
right.
That's right, Superman.
I've heard that this is the one that he's like really underpowered, and so he gets his ass kicked a lot.
That's good. I liked Henry Cavill as Superman.
So did I.
I'm just mad that it took him away from being Geralt of Rivia, Witcher.
Well, yeah, and then for him to not be either of them, I take it out on everything.
I'm surprised you didn't blame Firefly.
I haven't watched either.
The Witcher?
No, I've watched. I think I still have a couple episodes left of his last season.
Oh, yeah, Witcher was awesome.
I couldn't get into it. I tried.
Oh, it was so good.
I might go back
and watch it again. It was really good. I don't want to watch the Hemsworth season.
I will, because the rest of the cast is coming back.
Yeah, I mean, I'll end up watching it. I just don't want to.
And plus, Yennefer's hot. Yennefer's very hot, and you get to see a lot of her naked in the first season.
Ooh.
Yennefer. Yeah, she was the ugly one that turned pretty. Got them to turn her pretty, and she's like evil, but whatever. I don't know. All right, so music-wise. Let's see. I'm not going to go through top 50. Candy Shop's number 49 from 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Let's see. We'll start here at number 40. Fast Cars and Freedom by Rascal Flatts. Boulevard of Broken Dreams by Green Day. Was 39. Number 38 was Cater to You by Destiny's Child. Number 37 was As Good as I Once Was by the Nickelback of Country Music, Toby Keith. Give Me That by Webby featuring Bun B. Oh, who the fuck is that?
The hell is that?
No idea. Number 35 was Hate It or Love It by The Game featuring 50 Cent. Cherry, see, was that Charlotte by Gavin DeGraw was number 34. Dreams by The Game at 33. I don't know who the fuck The Game is either.
He's a rapper.
He's a rapper.
That's why I don't know how these people. Baby I'm Back by Baby Bash featuring Akon. Holiday by Green Day is number 31. Number 30 is Listen to Your Heart by DHT. Holiday by Howie Day at number 29. Walt, the Whisper Song by the Ying Yang Twins at number 29.
Yeah.
How about that?
Shake it like a salt shaker. Let's see, Scars by Papa Roach at number 27.
Good.
The Backstreet Boys at number 26 with Incomplete. Mr. Brightside by The Killers at number 25. Let Me Go by Three Doors Down at 24. Slow Down by Bobby Valentino. Beverly Hills by Weezer at number 22. Speed of Sound by Coldplay, 21. This one is about Dustin Pimping All Over the World by Ludacris featuring Bobby Valentino, number 20.
Hell yeah.
Lonely No More by Rob Thomas at number 19. Number 18, Best of You by the Foo Fighters. 17 is Let Me Hold You by Bow Wow featuring Omarion. You and Me by Lifehouse at 16. Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson and her plump ass at number 15. Lose Control by Missy Elliott featuring Ciara and the Fat Man Scoop. What the fuck is Fat Man Scoop?
That was a good one. I liked Missy Elliott. I thought she was a hell of a.
Oh, probably Missy Elliott.
Go around.
I don't know who the fuck Fat Man Scoop is. Ponder Replay by Rihanna, number 13. Get It Poppin' by Fat Joe featuring Nelly at number 12. Will Smith at number 11 with Switch. Pretty Ricky at number 10 with Grind With Me.
Pretty Ricky.
Number 9 was Ciara featuring Ludacris with O-H.
Oh.
Number 8 is the Pussycat Dolls featuring Busta Rhymes with Don't Ya.
Don't you wish you had?
Don't you wish you're, I don't know.
Good concert.
Let's see, the Behind These Hazel Eyes by Kelly Clarkson at number 7. Just a Little Bit by 50 Cent, number 6. Number 5 was Don't Funk With My Heart by the Black Eyed Peas. Number 4 was Hollaback Girl by Gwen Stefani. Number 3 and number 2, now this was interesting. It's the exact same song by different artists. Number 3 was Carrie Underwood's version of Inside Your Heaven, and number 2 was Bo Bice's version of Inside Your Heaven. I was trying to figure out if there was Bo Bice is a country singer. I was trying to figure out what the difference was, and I played the songs, and they're the exact same song, just different singers, obviously. So those are your number 2 and 3 songs.
American Idol.
And then was Bo Bice from American Idol?
Yeah.
That's why. And then number 1 was Mariah Carey with We Belong Together. My ears are bleeding now reading through this list of songs.
Yeah, this was not a good year.
I'm curious now going back to...
My son was born. It's a great year.
If not for
Talking
music.
for music.
Yeah, I'm looking through now to see from 41 to 100. Let me see if there's any songs that should have... Candy Shop was on there. I think I said that already. BYOB by System of a Down is 51. The Gorillaz with Feel Good Incorporated, 55. R. Kelly, PP Boy still on their list there. Trapped in the Closet.
I saw that in concert. That was so weird.
Akon with Lonely at number 60. Hey, Boys in the Hood with Dem Boys at number 62. Let's see. Eminem with Ass Like That at 67. Nine Inch Nails, The Hand That Feeds at 71. Destiny's Child with Girl at 78. Fall Out Boy had Sugar, We're Going Down at 80.
I kind of feel like that should be higher.
Yeah,
Fall Out Boy?
It was.
Wait, are these the end of the year or
No. This is as of July 9th.
Yeah,
okay, so that 80 might be like
It
they
was
debuted on the list.
This was the second week. They jumped up from 93 to 80 in 1 week.
Okay.
I could have said that. Audio Slave with Be Yourself. Audio Slave, very underrated band.
Chris Cornell.
Yeah. American Baby by Dave Matthews Band at 85. Brad Paisley with Alcohol. Let's see. Reba McEntire with My Sister. These are the new songs that are there. My Chemical Romance with Helena. So Long and Good Night.
Oh, yeah. That's going to end up a lot higher at the end of the year.
And then the Talkin' Song Repair Blues by Alan Jackson was number 100. Yeah, that's. And White Stripes had Blue Orchid on there at 97 or 94. Yeah, this. I just do the week of. I'm not going to do the whole year because in case we come back to 05 at some other point, it's kind
And
of.
by the way, Bo Bice was runner-up to Carrie Underwood in American Idol.
Oh, so they both
Yeah,
probably recorded the same song, and they both were on the chart.
yeah. That's why I knew that name from somewhere. I don't watch American Idol, but I know who won and stuff. So,
I knew Carrie Underwood came from there.
yeah, I knew
She
that
and
too.
Kelly, yeah. Well, I know since you had mentioned, Jesse, the Guardians and Jose Ramirez. So back in 2011, goddamn, 2005, July 11th was an off day. It was the day before the World Series, before the All-Star
All-Star
break. So I went to look to see the last game that the Indians played, and they played against the Yankees on July 10th in New York, and they lost 9-4 to the Yankees in New York. Basically, it was the Indians at that point fell to 47-41. The Yankees were now 46-40 after this game. It was a day game. So your lineup for that game for the Indians was Grady Sizemore in center. He went 3 for 5 with a double, a triple in that game.
Missing.
No RBIs. Coco Crisp was in left field.
Go that
Okay.
Travis Hafner at DH was 2 for 3 with 3 ribbies, no homers. Victor Martinez was catching. Went 0 for 4. The most overrated Indian ever to play, and I can't stand him, Casey Blake, was 0 for 4. Guy would only hit home runs when they were down 10 runs, and everybody loved him. So he was 0 for 4. He was in right field. Jose Hernandez was at first base. He was 2 for 3 in the game. Ronnie Belliard at second, hitting 7th. Johnny Peralta at short, and our third baseman was Aaron Boone. Aaron Boone was
that was the year we had him.
He was 2 for 4 in that game. And pitching for Cleveland was Jake Westbrook. Took the loss. He dropped to 6-11 on the season. He allowed 6 runs on 6 runs, 5 earned over 6 innings. David Risky came in to a third of an inning. Scott Sauerbeck, Arthur Rhodes won an inning, allowed a couple of runs, and then Bob Howery pitched the last inning, or last third of an inning, gave up a run. For the Yankees, just for fun, they had Derek Jeter leading off at short, Robinson Cano at second, Gary Sheffield in right, Alex Rodriguez at third, Hideki Matsui in left, batting 5th. Jason Giambi was 6th at first base, who was replaced by Tino Martinez later in the game. Ruben Sierra was the DH, batting 7th. John Flaherty was the catcher, and then Melky Cabrera was out in center field for them. And we faced Randy Johnson. Took the win.
He played for the Yankees.
I was going to say, I forgot he pitched for New York.
He went. He got the win. He went to 9-6.
That's probably one of his last years, wasn't it?
Randy Johnson.
Gotta be.
Had to be.
His final year was 2009 because he ended up leaving the Yankees and went to Arizona for 2 years, and then he retired as a Giant. Actually, in 2005, Randy Johnson went 17-8 with a 3.79 ERA. He was 41 years old at this point. He was relieved by Wayne Franklin and then Tanyan Sturtz. Remember Tanyan Sturtz?
No, I don't, but that's a name.
Tanyan Sturtz was a he was the 23rd round selection by the A's back in 1990. The guy just kind of bounced around. He pitched with the Cubs. He was like this, supposed to be this top, going to be like this awesome pitcher. He sucked. And then finally, Mariano Rivera got the save with his 20th on the season there. And just for fun,
nice.
Here's your Indians that year finished 93-69 and did not make the playoffs. They finished second in the AL Central that year. Do you know who they finished second to?
What 2005 would be?
05, and it's the team they're playing.
Sox.
Exactly.
Yeah, they won the
White
World Series
Sox.
that year.
Correct. Just for fun. Here's your lineup for your Guardians, or not Guardians, your Indians back then. You had Victor Martinez catching, Ben Broussard at first base, Ronnie Belliard second, shortstop was Peralta, Boone at third, Coco Crisp, Grady Sizemore, fucking Casey Blake, and Travis Hafner. You had Jose Hernandez as your pretty much utility guy. You had Jody Garrett.
I remember him.
Alex Cora was on our team.
I remember him. We moved the fences back for him. No, not Alex Cora.
No, that's
Alex Cole.
You're Alex Cole. That was like in the 80s,
90s.
Josh Bard was one of your catchers.
I forgot Alex Cora was on our team.
I did too. He only played in 49 games.
Okay.
Jeff Leefer. Who the fuck was Jeff Leefer?
Utility man.
I know that, but who the fuck? He was always he was at that point. He was 30 years old. He was a major journeyman guy. Jason Dubois, remember him, right outfielder. Ryan Ludwig, Ramon Vasquez was an infielder. Brandon Phillips. I think was this the year that him and Eric Wedge got into that spat? Yep. The next year he was off to Cincinnati.
He had a decent career down there.
He had a great career in Cincinnati.
He did.
He did.
Franklin Gutierrez was on this team, and then everybody remember this guy, Juan Gonzalez in 2005. He re-signed with us, and he played one game, and he got hurt, and he was out for the year.
That's what brought up Grady Sizemore.
Mm-hmm.
Because they sent him down for him. I was
They
so
did.
happy.
Yeah, everybody was all upset. Yeah, because he had that 1 year in 2001 where he hit 325 with 35 homers. Then he went to Texas, and then he played a year at Kansas City, and then he came back, and that was done. And then Ryan Garco.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
21-year-old Ryan Garco had one at bat, and he struck out. Pitching wise, you had Jake Westbrook, Cliff Lee. Garco was a first baseman.
What did we get him? Yeah, but who did we get? We got him in one of the trades.
No, Garco. We Indians drafted him.
Drafted him, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm thinking of Matt Laporta.
Matt Laporta came in the CC trade.
CC Sabathia trade. Yeah,
Garco. Brantley was a throw-in. Laporta was a big piece that never worked out.
Right. Yeah. Garco played 5 seasons in Cleveland. He hit 283 with 53 homers, and he ended up going to San Francisco. They traded him in 2009 to the Giants, and then he ended up finishing out his career in Texas. He didn't do much there. He was 3 for 33 in his last year. Pitching, we had Jake Westbrook, Cliff Lee, 18-5 that year, was 4th in the Cy Young, and Cliff Lee would be on this team until 2009 when they would trade him to Phillies, and they would get Carlos Santana in that trade and Cookie Carrasco.
Oh, is that where Carlos came from?
Yep.
I thought we traded him for Casey.
Oh wait,
Blake.
no. Santana came from the Dodgers.
Yeah, for Casey Blake.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. So we could have traded him sooner. Well, the trade with the Phillies was we got Carrasco, Jason Donald, and Lou Marston in that trade. We actually got Cliff Lee with Bartolo Colon. That's what it was. In the Bartolo Colon trade with the Expos.
That's right. I forgot about that.
CC Sabathia was also on this team. He was 24 years old. 2005. He also would pitch until the trade the infamous Matt Laporta trade in 2008. But CC was here. Kevin Millwood.
Oh yeah.
I remember drinking with him at the Ironwood. He did. He used to go to the Ironwood. I had a few beers with him. At the Ironwood, and then Scott Ellerton was the other starter. The closer that year was Bobby Wickman. You had Bob Howery, David Risky, Raphael Betancourt, Scott Sauerbeck were your main relievers, and Arthur Rhodes. Jason Davis was on this team. Fernando Cabrera was Matt Miller. Jeremy Guthrie, Brian Tallett, and Kazuhito Tadano. Remember that guy? Kaz Tadano?
No.
He was he was like the big Japanese free agent that they signed him. He was like, they signed him as an amateur. He was like a 21-year-old kid from Japan. They were like, oh, he's going to be the next Hideki or whatever. Hideki or whatever. The pitcher from the Yankees.
Nomo.
Hideo Nomo. Thank you.
Nomo.
Yes. They thought he was going to be this great thing, and he appeared in 15 games for Cleveland, 4 starts. He was 1-1 with a 4.47 ERA. He 2005 he pitched in 1 game, went 4 innings, and then they just let him go. I didn't even know that he.
I didn't know he was here.
He was. They signed him. He was in the minors, and he didn't do much in the minors, and they let him go, and he went to Oakland for a little bit, never pitched in the majors. Then he went back to Japan, and he just retired in 2014.
Oh, okay.
But he never really did much in Japan either. So there's your Cleveland Indians from 2005, which I guess we said that they would finish second to the White Sox, 6 games back of the White Sox. And this was before the Astros were in the American League, so that they were the team that the White Sox swept to win the World Series. White Sox only lost 1 game in the World Series or in the playoffs. They lost 1 game to the Angels in the ALCS. And then that's when the Tampa Bay were the Devil Rays. And then, of course, the next year the Indians sucked. and that's life. That was the year we still had Casey Blake. Was Casey Blake? Are you sure he was traded for Santana? Yes, he was. And John Malone. John Malone, a pitcher. Yeah, I don't know who that guy is. Anyway, all right. So now in 05, we're gonna do the sad stuff. People who died. The big one that I think a lot of people. Actually, there were three really big. Actually, there's four. I'm looking at this list now here. Rosa Parks died in natural causes. Richard Pryor had a heart attack and he passed away in 05. Bob Denver had died from pneumonia.
Oh wait,
no, he was pneumonia. Luther
That's
Vandross.
John Denver, Jesse.
Yeah, Bob Denver.
That's Country Roads Take Me Home.
Yeah,
John
sorry,
Denver.
I forgot.
This is Gilligan.
Gilligan, yes, I forgot. Sorry.
Ossie Davis died of natural causes, and he died then. Johnny Carson also died in 05. Pat Morita, Mr. Miyagi, passed away in 05. The ever famous Eddie Guerrero, the WWF wrestler, he killed himself. Mitch Hedberg.
I remember him. He was funny.
Mitch Hedberg was a comedian. He died of a drug overdose.
He
died, he was supposed to perform with who was it? We all had tickets.
Yes, it was. It wasn't Stephen Lynch.
Like the week before the show.
Was it Stephen Lynch?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had tickets to go see Stephen Lynch and Mitch Hedberg, and Mitch died.
That's
right. The week before the show.
He died March 29th of 05.
He was. I worked a show at Lakewood High School, and he's like, "Hey, we're gonna get Coke at." I'm like, "There's a machine right around the corner." He's like, "Okay, smart ass, I want Coke." I'm like, "Around the corner." He's like, "No, Coke," and walked away. His manager's like, "He wants cocaine." I'm like, "Oh, I don't know where to get that from." Came back all high and funny, so I was like, "Okay."
Another one who passed away. I haven't gotten to the big one yet. It was Scotty James Doohan. He passed away in 2005. Sandra Dee. She was an actress. She died back then. And then Anne Bancroft was another actress who passed away. And the big one, I'm sure Jesse doesn't care because he doesn't believe in this stuff, is Pope John Paul II died in 2005.
The head child molester.
He's not. He wasn't. He was actually one of the good ones.
I know that one he liked. I liked him.
Another one here is Hunter Thompson. I don't know who that. He was a
Hunter
journalist.
S. Thompson was a journalist. LSD, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
He killed himself. He had suicide.
Yeah, he was messed up.
Yeah, but that's a lot of Mr. Miyagi had kidney failure.
He was young too, wasn't he?
No. Pat Morita was. How old was he when he died? He was a stand-up comedian. I didn't know that.
He was?
That's what it says. He was 73.
Oh, okay. I thought he was younger.
Yeah. Was Ossie Davis? He was in
a couple of those shows back in the. I can't remember what show he was on. Him and his wife Ruby Dee.
Yeah. Damn it! What the heck was he in? You're right. He was a TV actor. He was famous, and he was in Third Watch, Touched by an Angel. That wasn't it. Evening Shade.
Evening Shade.
Yeah, The Client. That was only. Yeah.
Do the Right Thing.
That's what it was. Yeah. Those were the movies. The ones I know him for. Okay.
Bubba Hotep.
Bubba Hotep was awesome. Oh, that's right. He was JF. He was John F. Kennedy in Bubba Hotep. Yeah.
I never heard of that movie.
You've never watched Bubba Hotep?
No.
Oh my!
I knew of it. I've just.
You guys have never watched. Neither one of you have watched Bubba Hotep.
I'm gonna have to watch it. It looks pretty. Bruce Campbell's in it, so it looks pretty good.
Oh my God! It's one of the freaking funniest movies. Yeah, Bruce Campbell plays Elvis.
Yeah,
Elvis. And he's in a nursing home, and he's got to fight the freaking, is it zombies or he was a mummy. There's this mummy that they
watched that instead of Firefly this week.
No, we're gonna watch. You're not going to be here anyway this week, so. But you got, oh my God, yeah. Bubba Hotep was probably one of the best freaking movies. Yeah. What's his
Egyptian mummy with murderous intentions.
Yes. Yes. And
I have to watch that.
Bruce Campbell, if it's on Plex, I will get it there. Yeah. But Bruce Campbell plays Elvis. He's in a nursing home, and he's got this overlying thing is he's got this like thing on his penis, and they keep saying we got to pop that, and then he ends up fighting, and then Ossie Davis is keeps saying he's John F. Kennedy, and they said, well, they go Jack. He's like, but you're black, and he goes, they spray painted me this color. That's like the one line that stood out in that whole movie. It's a freaking amazing movie. You've got to watch
looking at the pictures from it. It looks hilarious. So
it's
definitely watch it.
great. Bubba Hotep. Oh my god, I forgot all about that movie. That movie was awesome. Actually, when we were doing the real review back on the old.
It is not on Plex.
I know it's not. I gotta get it on there. I forgot all about it until you just brought it up. Oh yeah, I mentioned Luther Vandross also passed away then too, right?
No, now you did.
No.
Yeah, Luther Vandross died in 2005 as well. It's like some names. Yeah, and some new names popped up. Who's John Box?
John Box.
He's been acknowledged alcoholic. I don't know who the hell John Box is. He just popped up on this list.
He's a production designer.
Matthew McGorry. He was recognized as the tallest actor in the Guinness Book of World Record. He was 7.
Oh, he was on the Howard Stern show all the time.
Yeah, he was 7'6". He died.
Yeah, John Box was a production designer back in the day.
Oh. All the rest of these people are like actors and comedians, and then there's a playwright, Arthur Miller. All right, so now we're going to get to the people who were born in 2005, and I was looking through this list of names, and I recognized maybe like 3 of them.
Okay.
And the only reason I know them is because of some other like shows they've been on. The one I know, here's the first one I know of. He's a YouTube star, I Show Speed. You guys ever heard of him?
Nope.
You have pictures of him?
He's a little black kid. Look him up. I didn't get a chance. I didn't have time. But the way the studio works now is we're running out of space to upload stuff to it, so I can't get all these pictures that I want to. Well, here, you know what?
What'd you say? I Show Speed was? He's what?
A little black kid. He's a.
Okay, yeah, he is. I see. I know who
here,
he is.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share this screen. Hold on.
Okay.
We're going to do this. Let's share it. There we go. So there you go. See if any of these names stand out to you. So here you go. I Show Speed. And just look under it. It tells you what they're known for. Now you tell me.
Up a little bit.
Somber,
never heard of. Hudson Matter, no.
Yeah, look at YouTube, TikTok star, Instagram star, TikTok star,
no.
reality star, Instagram.
I know who
star.
Alabama Barker is. That's Travis Barker's daughter.
Okay, you know the dad then. See, there's an Kylie Cantrell. I don't know who Cantrell. I don't know who that is. She's only 20.
Kim Cattrall's daughter.
Is that the same? Okay.
Yes, I mean, it have to be.
Hayden's. I mean, look. Do you recognize any of these other names? They're all. There's YouTube star. As I'm going through these, if any of these names stand out to you, the only one I know is I Show Speed. It's the only one I've ever heard of. No, see, I mean, Honey Boo Boo. I know Honey. I know who Honey Boo Boo is.
Oh yeah, Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah, I know her.
And
Jiggy
that's
Turner.
it. Jiggy Turner, Lynette Rodriguez. I don't know. TikTok.
Noah Jupe.
What?
Does that name sound familiar?
Noah Jupe.
Which one?
He's
This
an
one?
actor.
Yeah. Why does that one sound familiar?
It's a British actor featured in.
Okay.
He was in a Quiet Place.
Quiet Place. Okay.
Maybe that's where I know the name.
He's in Downtown Abbey.
Downtown. It's not downtown.
Oh, he's in a Night Manager.
Downton Abbey.
Oh, sorry. I like Downtown better.
There's no W there.
Well, now it is called Downtown.
It's Downton Abbey. Birthplace, London, England. Yeah, I like. Yeah, you notice a trend here? Everybody that was born in 2005, they're famous. TikTokers, Instagram, YouTube. They're all.
They were born into it, and they learn how to use it at an early age.
But it's so ridiculous.
It is.
Twitch star clicks. Where's Boopus? Twitch star. Baby Kia was a rapper. Yeah, I don't know who any of these.
Bella.
Hi Bella. A Roblox star. Ooh.
What the hell is that?
Is this Kim Cattrall's daughter? No, it's Cantrell.
Oh,
Alex
okay.
Cantrell. That's not it.
I didn't know. I don't know who that. I just knew it. I saw Cantrell.
You had me thinking it too. Hi Bella.
Katie Church. Is that Hayden Church's daughter? Looks like her. Looks like him a little bit.
Right here?
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
It is not.
Oh, she's pregnant. Oh, thank God. I'm so happy for her.
Oh, she cooked a steak with her friend and influencer. Oh,
Oh, that's
so
cool.
awesome! How
I can go to
great!
bed. I can sleep soundly
cooked
tonight now that she
You
cooked
cooked a
cooked
steak.
steak.
There's
I'm gonna go
Brooklyn
cook
Queen.
Brooklyn Queen. Who's that?
Don't want to know.
Who do I? Saber Norris
Bad.
looks like she's 5.
Bad Kid J.
Mhm.
These kids, they're all like little kids. Here's iShow Speed. He's from Cincinnati. He's he's like he's an NBA 2K player.
41 million subscribers. Jesus Christ.
There's a picture I saw recently of him. He's at the Acropolis with Giannis Antetokounmpo. They posted a picture and everybody was making fun of it. They're like, they look like they're Nigerian because Antetokounmpo is Greek.
Yeah.
Well, he's from Greece. He's not Greek. He's one of the refugees that his parents settled in Greece. Which whatever. He's yeah. So that's it. All right. Remove that for now. We'll go from there. So there's your people who were born, and I'm kind of like, yeah. Some top news stories. You know what else happened in 2005 that was a big thing? Is Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans in 2005. The Iraq War continued to be a major story back then. Energy prices surged probably because of Katrina. Some other notable events also was the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter was launched, the discovery of the dwarf planet Eris, and the Live 8 concerts aimed at raising awareness about poverty again. So it was basically We Are the World again. And what was the hunger? What was the other one they did? Farm Aid or whatever, those things.
Farm Aid.
Yeah.
Well, Farm Aid was the Willie Nelson one that was always about like the U.S. agriculture. That one's been like a huge thing.
What was the one about Africa? Was it We Are the World?
Live Aid.
Yes.
Live Aid. Oh, Live Aid was okay. Thought there was. All right, this is Live 8 concerts aimed. All right, so those are the big stories that happened in 2005. Of course, Hurricane Katrina was the big one. Some of the more fashion trends were juicy couture tracksuits, trucker hats, skinny jeans, and cargo pants were big back then. Let's see. This is when the girls would wear dresses over their jeans. Trucker hats were popular. Statement belts, the big wide belts to put stuff on, those were. Uggs came out, were a big thing out there. The hair highlights started to get real popular. Sequins, wedge boots, and metallic handbags were also a big thing back in 2005. I don't remember any of those things. I remember trucker hats being the popular thing with those big. Remember those big? They had the big writing on the top of them here.
Yeah.
That was like a big thing. I don't think there's anything else major here. In July, nothing really happened. There was a suicide bombing in London on July 7th. That was like the big thing. There was a bunch of bombings in July. That was like the big thing that
It was the
happened.
London terror attacks.
Yep.
I was working at Chase at that time. We had some employees that got killed.
Oh, really?
I believe I was at Chase. I don't know.
In
I'm
2005.
trying to remember. I don't remember. It's been 20 something years
It's
ago.
been 20 years, yeah. And now let's do this with the video games thing real quick here. The top selling video games or best selling video games in 2005 was Gran Turismo 4. Well, first off, the game systems back in 2005 were the PlayStation 2, the Xbox, the GameCube, and the 360 were the big game systems. And then your handhelds were the Game Boy Advanced SP, the Nintendo DS, and the PlayStation Portable were your big game systems back then. So your top selling games worldwide were Gran Turismo 4, Madden 06, Nintendogs, what the fuck that is, Pokemon Emerald, Mario Kart DS, Resident Evil 4, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Pro Evolution Soccer 5, Animal Crossing Wild World, and of course Star Wars Episode 3. Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith were your top 10 worldwide. Now here in the States, Madden 06 was number 1, Pokemon Emerald number 2, Nintendogs 3, Battlefront 2, 4, Gran Turismo 4 was the 5th, NCAA Football 06 was number 6, MVP Baseball 05 was number 7, World of Warcraft on the PC was number 8, Star Wars Episode 3 was number 9, and the number 10 game in the US was NBA Live 06. So you could tell sports games were king back then. See, there any other, let's see, sequels and prequels. So let's see, games like Grand Theft Auto, Liberty City Stories came out that year. Resident Evil 4, Brothers in Arms, Road to Hill 30, Devil May Cry 3, Dante's Awakening, Mario Kart DS, Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, Mist 5, at End of Ages, Need for Speed, Most Wanted, Prince of Persia, The Two Thrones, WWE SmackDown and Raw versus Raw 06 were the big releases of that year. That was, and of course, the best-selling games were Gran Turismo 4 on the PS2 and Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube and PS2 as well. Those are your video game things. And then finally, we have some popular or some famous companies were founded or just got started. So number one, the big one is YouTube was founded in 05. And it uploaded or it aired the first video. Now, there was one video that it was a 19-second video, was the very first video ever uploaded to YouTube, and I'm going to play it for you. So this was the first video that aired on YouTube. It was uploaded to YouTube, and right now I looked at it earlier. It has over like 380 million like views and something like 55 million likes. Yeah, and we should get Rev to do this. So, Rev, if you're watching still, we're going to send you to the zoo for this one.
All right, so here we are in front of the elephants. And the cool thing about these guys is that they have really, really, really long fronts, and that's cool. And that's pretty much all there is to say.
There you go. That was the first video on
That's
YouTube.
the founder of YouTube, isn't it?
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
But that was the very first video ever uploaded to YouTube.
I never knew that.
It
Elephants.
was educational and entertaining.
Yeah.
I didn't know about
elephants' trunks. Mm-hmm.
I never knew that.
Facebook actually spread its wings outside of university campuses, and it used to be called The Facebook. It dropped the, and it started spreading around outside of Harvard and that in 05. Another one that where was it? There was
MySpace expanded in that.
MySpace was the other one. It started to grow bigger and bigger in 05. The other ones they got on here, there's a clothing store called Billionaire Boys Club, was founded in 05. I never heard of that one.
Never heard of that.
And then do you remember Box, the cloud storage and content management service?
No.
I remember that company. That was also established back in 2005. All right. So there you go. That's our 05s. Now we didn't get to, there's still 2 Rev food reviews. Do you want to play those before we go? Or
of course. I'm always down for Rev.
All right. So we got 2 food reviews. The first one we're going to get to is him doing a review at Freddy's. He went to Freddy's. So here's his review of Freddy's.
We're here at Freddy's. I figured we'd do it with my American flag, a review for the 4th of July. I didn't get a hot dog, but at least I got a burger, folks. One smell, one poo. All the pickles and stuff. It's a flat burger. Not bad. Juicy, pickly fries. Not spectacular. It's like a 6.2. I'm just 6.2. Roughly 4th of July. Trump killed all the poor people. F him.
What the hell? I missed that on the original one.
That was the big beautiful bill being passed. He's completely he's convinced that he's going to lose, that all these people are going to lose their health care when that's not what's happening.
Well, the ones who don't deserve it will lose it.
Exactly. That's what we've been trying to tell him, but he doesn't listen. All right. And finally, he went to, I thought he said Gyro George's. I could be wrong.
BYLO.
I don't think that's a real place. I think it's Gyro
I looked
George's.
it up. When I put it on TikTok.
Is it really a place? Bilo Joe?
I looked it up because I didn't understand what he said.
Bilo George's?
It's in Parma, I think.
All right.
I forgot where it's at.
Thought it was Gyro George's, but here we are. Here's Then he says it in the video. So here is the final food review before we call it a night.
We're here at Bio George's here, and here's the food review. Here's a gyro. I'm going to just eat the meat for you. You know, one smell, one poo. Delicious. It's delicious. So tasty and tender. It's supposed to be the best gyro in town. And then here's the fry. Very tasty and tender. An 8.7 on the poo meter here. I mean, look at that. This is just tasty. So tasty on West Pleasant Valley Road. Have a great day.
And there you go.
Yeah, it's right by where
Find out
Tommy.
what's the consistency on his rating scale, because he talks about how good that is. Yet he was given stuff earlier 9.0, 9.2.
It's Rev. You know,
It looked good. I will give it. That looked good.
That did look good.
I'm not a gyro fan anymore. I'll eat them, but I'm not a huge fan. But that did
one
look
did look good.
Now in Greece, they were freaking amazing.
I bet, yeah.
Because they're pork. And yeah, that looked really good there. All right, so I think that's the night. We've filled a lot tonight, and I thought it was pretty good. Next week, if it's just you and me, Jesse, I say we do 1993, since that was the year we graduated high school.
Maybe we can find a guest person to join us.
Maybe we can. If Jim's not back. Yeah, I know, Dustin, you're not here. You're out.
93 works for me.
Yeah, I downloaded the app. You'll just have to send me the studio link.
Okay.
I don't know if it changes each time, or
I think you can log in with the studio login.
because you can only do it at the app. You can only do it as a guest.
Oh, okay. Then I can send. We'll send it to you. That won't be a problem. I'll shoot that over to your email and that too. But all right. So next week, if it's just Jesse and I, we'll talk about Dustin. Dustin will be happy he can miss a week of Firefly. So
Watch it
He
anyways.
has to watch it. He has to watch
I
it.
don't want to be behind on the story.
you don't, especially when they're out of gas. It's one you want to watch.
Yeah.
Next week we'll do Firefly 1993. If Jim and Dustin are both out, maybe we'll find ourselves a guest host. But I think we can handle it, just him and I. But we'll see. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We will be back next week. We'll see you later.
Have a good night.
Bye.